Good evening and welcome. Sorry, I just need to add, won't be 1 second. I need to add something to this screen so you can see me. And it's been so long since I've been on here. Okay, let's just add an extra camera. There we go. That's what I want to add. And there I am. Okay, thank you. Welcome. My name is Michelle Jutrissa and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stamping Up. Hello, Deborah. Happy New Year to you too. Okay, so who had a wonderful Christmas? Tell me, did you do something exciting? Did you get a fantastic gift? What did you get up to over Christmas and New Year? I had a fantastic Christmas. All my boys, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit red in the face. My husband put gin in my tonic water. So these days, it just goes straight to my head. Happy New Year to you, Nicole. I had a wonderful Christmas. I had all my 4 boys home and 2 of my boys brought their partners with them. So that was wonderful. We had a full house and it was such a beautiful day. And my husband surprised us with a gazebo out the back. And we had a very laid back, wonderful Christmas. And then for New Year, we travelled up to Mudgee to visit my family and had like a second Christmas, New Year there. So a fantastic Jutrissa Christmas. So what about you? What did you do? Did you receive anything that was special? Please share. It's always great to share everything on here. Now, I can't remember. I think I did say that I'm an independent demonstrator with Stamping Up. I'm here in New South Wales. And if you haven't got a demonstrator, please let me know because you're in Australia and you're looking for someone to purchase your products from, you can do so from me. And I'm just having a quick look because I haven't been on here for just over a month. I'm just realizing that there's a few things that I have got missing on here. Let's just see. That's better. So you can see my name is Michelle Jutrissa and that's my Butterflies and Bows is my blog page. Okay. So it's great to have you here. Now, I'm just repeating myself now, aren't I? Okay, let's just have a look. Nicole, you made 35 cards in one day for Christmas gifts, and you made a butterfly shadow box for your daughter and made a paper fairy house for your niece's 4th birthday. That sounds like so much fun. I bet the people who are receiving those really enjoyed them. I'd love to see your butterfly shadow box. Was that with the new dies and stamps in the mini catalogue? Okay. And Deborah, you were in Tasmania for Christmas and New Year at your son and daughter-in-law's. Beautiful. And your daughter and your husband were with you. That's fantastic. That is great. Okay. Well, let me just bring us down to my desk again. There we go. And, of course, the new mini catalogue and the celebration catalogue has gone live today. Who, put your hand up, who has got really excited over the mini catalogue? There is so much loveliness in this catalogue. I really love this catalogue. But had said last year, at the beginning of 2024, that I wanted to get more into scrapbooking. So it's a lot cooler where you are. It's a lot cooler here today. Christmas Day was beautiful here. It was quite hot and mudgy over New Year. But yesterday we had up to, I think, 33, 34. Today we're back down to 15 or something, 18. Quite cool. But anyway, let's get back to these catalogues. What is your favourite product from the mini catalogue? Now, I was going to say, what I have done this year, because I had decided in 2024 that I wanted to get back into scrapbooking, and the scrapbooking catalogue has come out as well. Now, it's not a paper catalogue. It's an online one. If you want a link to that, let me know and I can send you a link. But the products coordinate with the products in the mini catalogue. For example, let me just find one of these for you in here. I am thinking of this one here, which is the Storybook Moments. So that's the Storybook Moments. Really a very Bunnykins, isn't it? Really fantastic. Love this particular range, though I'm not quite sure because I don't have grandchildren and all my boys have grown up. I mean, I know this doesn't have to be for children. It's got gardening stuff in it as well. So I decided instead of purchasing at the moment, actually no, I'm starting to lie now because I did end up purchasing some of this, but I have purchased the I'm trying to work out the name of this, the Timeless Plaid, which is all these beautiful plaids here. I did get the stamps, this designer series paper, and I've only got one lot of the stamps. So for the time being, I'm just going to play with the Storybook Friends and dies. I'm not much into gardening and I don't have many gardening type photos or vegetable type photos. So for the moment, that's what I'm playing with. But also in the scrapbooking brochure, they have got coordinating products that go with this for scrapbooking pages. So they've picked out some of the designer series paper, they've got some of the die cuts, and they've put that together with the double-sided cardstock, which has got two shades, one on each side, and they've put that together to make a class kit that you can make scrapbook pages from. So I think it's really great how they've worked and coordinated the two products together. So I have actually purchased a lot of the scrapbooking kits rather than a lot of the bundles and the sweets from in here because I want to have a play with it and I want to do more scrapbooking. So that is my carry-on resolution, is to do more scrapbooking this year. So if we go through this, I'm not going to go through this completely all the way, but I am looking for another fun product in here. And let me see if I can find it. It might be actually more towards the front of the catalogue. And this is what we're going to be playing with today. So Stamping Up have brought out a new range of the Memories and More products. They've got this wonderful suite of cards. Now, I have showed this before because I got this in my pre-order and I did pull it out and show people on one of my lives these particular products. But you can use these to make cards out of. You can buy the cards and envelopes, the assorted pack of Memories and More cards and envelopes, which you can make cards from these. You can use them in the 6x8 album with the pocket pages. Really simple. If you're really looking for a very, very simple way to scrapbook, all you do is slip the cards into the pockets and then add your photos in there as well. So really great and simple way to do scrapbooking, particularly if you've got a lot of photos, which I do. And a couple of years ago, I sat down with my Memories and More cards and I did 2 years worth of photos in only a month, 2 months. Mind you, I haven't actually sat down and done all my journaling as yet, but I've got them all into albums. And that was all just purely Memories and More cards. And their variety pack pocket pages. But it's a really good, quick way of getting those done. And make some lovely pages for myself, Nicole. Yeah, I might have to, mightn't I? But I can't wait. It's on its way. So hopefully maybe Friday or next Tuesday I will be able to show you all the kits that I bought, because don't tell my husband I've spent a little bit too much money, I think. But anyway, we'll get used to them. So tonight what I thought we'd do is I'm going to use my Memory and More cards, and we're going to do a scrapbook page, but a traditional scrapbook page. As I said, these are really great for your pocket pages. Slip them in, done. But what about your 12 by 12 scrapbook pages? So we're going to have a play with this. Now, I can't go ahead until I mention this. With the mini catalogue, we also have this celebration catalogue. So for every $100 you spend here in Australia, you can choose a product from the celebration catalogue for free. Now, some of these products in here, you do spend $100 to get one for free. Some of these you need to spend $200 to get one for free, but always worthwhile. Some beautiful products. And again, products in here will also coordinate with the products we have in our mini catalogue. Not everything does, but some of them do. So there are some really great products in here to try out and to play with. One that really coordinates really well is this beautiful designer series paper. Spend $100 and you can get that designer series paper for free. It's a 6x6. And in the mini catalogue, you have got the stamps and a punch to do the mushrooms. Now, let me just quickly see if I can find that in here. There we go. So there we are. We've got our mushrooms in our stamps, and we've got our punch. Now, you purchase that as a bundle. That's $81.75. So all you need to spend is another $18.25, and you can get the coordinating designer series paper for free. So really worthwhile. Now, this goes for only 2 months. It's January and February, the celebration catalogue, whereas our mini catalogue goes right through to April. Always good in here for joining up if you're thinking of joining Stamping Up, if you're not already a demonstrator. Anyway, that's enough talking from me. Let's get started, because I feel like I'm starting to almost hyperventilate here because I'm talking so fast. I've got so much information and things I want to share with you. Okay, so we're going to be playing with those Memories and More cards. I have got them here. As you can see, they're all, I'm not going to go through them all. They're all mixed up. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Now, one thing I will say with this, keep going, backtracking on myself. I think I need a drink. Hold on a second. Got some water here. Is you can get the coordinating designer series paper, stamps, and dies that will coordinate with this bundle on the online exclusives. At the moment, I haven't got them. This particular bundle of Memories and More cards are called the Mixed Media Florals, but the designer series paper and the stamps are to die for. They are on my next little list of I must get. So well worth looking at getting those. Now, the colours that coordinate with this is Basic Black, Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, Poppy Parade, and Shy Shamrock. Now, I've pulled out some stamp pads, and where have I popped them? Up here. And I've pulled these out in the Shy Shamrock and the Mossy Meadow. And that's because I'm going to do some colouring. There's no stamping really in this. I've kept making this really, really simple because I want the Memories and More cards to be the highlight of this. Okay, let me just catch up. What comments have we got here at the moment? Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, it was I think I sat there for about 2 weeks almost continuously just putting photos into albums. And mind you, I said to my husband tonight over dinner that I got so many photos I need to collate what we haven't scrapped as yet into boxes and put them into years, because I've got them from one end of the house to the other. Because both my husband and I have been in the past, especially when our children were little, avid photographers. I have got stacks and stacks of photos on my computer, which I haven't printed as yet. So I really want to work out what I've got, what I need to print, and what I need to do. Because a lot of my photos, my children are now, I think my youngest is 24 and my eldest is almost 30. So it's a long time since they've been really little. But I have got lots and lots of little, photos from when they were quite young, still lying all over the place, ready to be done. Besides the stamp pads, I'm using, and I've already die cut, I'm using the changing leaves, and I've die cut one of the dies. Let me just see if I can grab it here. I know it's close by. And I've just die cut a whole stack of these in white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two ink pads to actually colour the white basic white cardstock that I have done in this. I've pulled out keeping tabs, and I've just realised I haven't pulled out the other stamp set that I was looking at for a sentiment. I'm not quite sure yet whether I'm going to be using this or not. If anything, I mean, I've got the die to cut out these. I may even stamp that one. That one could be quite pretty. Stamp that and see, but I don't know whether I want to use any of these particular sayings. I don't, when I usually scrapbook, I start with my photos and then I grab everything else from my photos to go with my products. This time round, I'm actually doing it a little bit back to front. I haven't printed my photos yet, but I know which photo I want to use. And let me just grab my phone and I can show it to you. And let me pull it up. It was from Christmas Day. As I said, my boys, two of my boys brought home with them their partners. And I have got this beautiful photo, not that one, of, look, it's not, the lighting isn't really good. It's looking very pink. It's better in real life, of myself with Georgia and Maddie. So I thought I want to scrapbook them because they are two very, very special girls. And being a mum of four boys, it's just wonderful having some girls in the house. And it was just fantastic over Christmas time because they really jumped in. And for the first time in years, they sort of said, Mum, sit down, we're going to do this. So one of my boys cooked the barbecue, the girls made the salads, because we had a very laid back Christmas this year. So I haven't printed those photos as yet, but I like to print and then work out everything. So I'm working a bit back to front for me. I know there are some people out there that will start by doing their layout first and then find photos to match, but I know what I want to use, and I know I need to go and get it printed. So let me show you. This is where I've got my inspiration from for today's layout. Now, I'm not doing my layout exactly the same as this. This is one by a lady called Christine Davidson. I'm not quite, she's in America, I think, and she did this with Creative Scrappers. So I took this as a starting point because what I wanted to do was to do something where I could use the memories and more cards and do it almost like a colour block type of thing. So yeah, these days people don't print their photos. I take my photos only stay on my phone for a month at the most, and they go straight onto my computer. And then every 6 months I put them up in the cloud because, yeah, too many people hear it all the time. People's phones get stolen. People's don't know how to take their photos off their phone. Their phone crashes. They can't get their photos. So you really do need to take them off and put them somewhere safe, even, as I said, just in the cloud. I mean, it's handy these days because you don't have to, it's not like me having hundreds and hundreds of photos. I've got albums and albums and albums of photos just lying around the house, or 4x6s, because back in those days when my boys were little, you took a roll of film, you went down and you got it all printed. So that's why I have got, and you got everything printed. You didn't have the choice of picking and choosing like you do today. So, I mean, I have got everything. So, and then I've probably got the same amount, if not more, on my computer now. But you've got to keep backing it up to the cloud. Having them on your phone is not a good thing. Yep. I'm just having a quick read. Yeah, you do have to be hard. I put some of my photos onto a hard disk, onto a storage disk, and lent it to my son, and he corrupted it. So I've now got probably about 2 or 3 years worth of photos that I've lost completely. So that's why I just tend to stare. I sort of have a 3-way backup. I put it on my computer. I put it onto a storage device, like a hard drive, and then I also put it in cloud. So I've got it in 3 places. I've got it on my computer. I've got it on a hard drive. I've got it in a cloud. So if something happens to one of those places, I've always got something to fall back on. And it's just my rule of thumb. And as I said, photos don't stay on my phone for very long, really, because I just don't want to risk losing them. So you've got to be, you got to, I suppose, work smart. But anyway, going back to this is my base for my idea. It's not really going to look like this, but it just gave me an inspiration of where I wanted to go with. Really, the only thing I've taken from this is I'm using a 4x4 photo. So let's get started. Now, I did manage to pick up for myself a close to my heart mat, so I'm going to bring that in because it does work a lot easier. I am going to, because I sort of worked out what I'm doing, because I wanted this to work out relatively quick for us tonight and not sort of over-dwelling on everything, and I've just been talking so much. I'm just going to pop my picture down there so I've got an idea of what I'm doing. I've also got here the stylish shapes because I'm going to die cut a circle out of one of the Memories and More cards. As I said, I have already die cut these leaves. So this is the first thing we're going to work on. So let me just move that out of the row. And I just want to grab a blending brush here. And I'm just going to take that one. And I'm actually going to use the back of this. And I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to this. Now, I wasn't quite sure whether to leave these white. And you'll see once we start going. But I thought, no, I just want to add just a tiny little bit of colour. I'm just going to pop all these bits and pieces out. Now, this one might be the one that didn't cut too well. Yeah, I might just pop that one over there. I've got more white cardstock here if we need to cut some more of these. And I'm just going to grab the Shy Shamrock. And I just want to add a little bit of colour onto these. I didn't want to be solid colour, and that's why I haven't used the cardstock. So all I want to do is I'm just going to hold these and I'm just adding a hint, and I'm not wanting to go all over it completely because I do want some of that white to show through, because these Memories and More cards have not only Shy Shamrock in it, but it's also got Mossy Meadow. And I did have a bit of a play with the Mossy Meadow cardstock, but it was just too bright, and that's why I thought, well, not too bright, too dark, too heavy for it. And that's why I thought I'd just use white. And then I thought, I'll just add a little bit of colour. I couldn't just leave them a plain flat white. So I'm hoping this will all look really good. Now, the other thing I've got here too is I've got some basic white baker's twine. I don't know whether anyone has really told me yet. Did they have a favourite product out of the mini catalogue? Please share. Something that you were so excited about getting and you couldn't wait to order. Has everyone placed an order today? Okay. So let's get started. Now I'm just hoping, sorry, I'm just jiggling things around here a little bit. I'm hoping you can all see my desk clearly. So let me grab that because I might need to cut that out, and let me show you what I've done. Now I've already done a little bit of this. So what I've got is I've got a basic black, and I've cut myself, I've got myself a 12 by 12, and I've gutted the inside of this out. And I've probably left about 1.5 inches or 4 centimetres all the way around. Okay, then I've got a piece of basic white. And this one here is slightly smaller. This piece here is 10 3/4 inches wide. And again, I've gutted that out as well, just to take some of the weight out of this. I never used to gut my cardstock until last year, until I was watching the Close to My Heart girls gutting their cardstock. And I thought, oh, such a brilliant idea, because my pages used to end up so heavy by the time you put layer upon layer upon layer of cardstock on top. So really great idea. And then the pieces that you take out can be used for die cutting, can be used for other projects. Can be used for all sorts of things. So, yeah, really great idea. And then I've got another piece of black in my solid cardstock there, which is cut at, this piece here is 10 1/2. So what I want to do first off is I'm going to adhere these pieces here together. So I'm going to do this with liquid glue. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of liquid glue just around my edges. I'm not going all the way to the edge because we don't want it to ooze out. But I just want to pop a little bit that down because it still gives me a little bit of slip. And whoops, what I do need to do is pop this on here straight so I can use these measurements on here. And there should only be about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Let me just move that across a little bit. Whoops. It's a little bit crooked there, so let's see if I can just lift that quickly. Oh, it's already started sticking. Okay, that's looking a bit better. There we go. So we're going to adhere that down. So it's just a little bit of a border. I just wanted something to break up a little bit of that blackness. And there is a lot of white in these Memory More cards. So, and then I'm going to add some more glue onto this one. And we're going to add this on here. Now this has got, I'll tell you the difference. I think it's about 1/2 inch. Got 10 1/2, 1.5 inches, 3/4 of an inch difference all the way around. Got to get used to using these mats. Line that up. And I want this at around about 3/4 of an inch. I think that works out at. Now I do have a T ruler here somewhere. Where have I put it? Here it is. Let me just quickly double check. It's actually a bit less than 3/4 of an inch. Whoops, this is starting to, I'm not working quick enough today by the looks of it. It's okay. Bit less than 3/4 of an inch. It's about 5/8. Okay, that will do. So we have that. So that's now giving us a nice matted area to work from. So as I said before, I've started off with a 4x4 piece, which is going to be for my photo. Now I'm going to have my photo printed. I'm not quite sure yet whether I'll go into either Canva or PicMonkey, and trim down my photo to a 4x4 square photo, or whether I'll just take the chance and print it up as a 4x6 and then hopefully trim it down. I should be able to trim it down. I had a quick play with it, and I should be able to print it as a 4x6, but that's going to be roughly my piece. So then once I've got my photo, I'll probably trim my photo down slightly more, smaller than a 4x6, probably something by 4, probably something like 3, probably 3 and a bit less than 3 and 3/4, a bit more than 3 3/4. So probably 3 7/8, probably. Trim my photo down just so that I've got a very fine white border all the way around that. Now, I've already picked out the Memories and More cards that I want to use. So these are the ones that I've decided to use. Now, across here, I'm going to add this blue one here, and between each one of these is going to be just a bit under 1/4 of an inch. And then I have chosen this one here, which is going to go at about there. So I'm just going to lay these all on to start with, flat, and then I'm going to position the glue them down once I've positioned everything where I want it to go. Now, I'm still umming and ahhing about this particular card here. So let's see what, let me bring up my trial run and let's just have a look and see how this is going to look. So this piece here is going to go up here, and this one's going to have to come down a little bit because we want that little bit of an edge there. Then, now of course, as I said before, you could cut these up smaller. So those two are going to go there. Now this one here, I'm not quite sure whether to cut that way because it's about a 2-inch piece by 3, so I can cut it that way, but the flowers are really going that way, but I don't think it's going to really matter which way I cut it. Now I just want to double check. I've got a little ruler here and make sure that I am looking at about a 2-inch piece. It should be about 2 inches. Yep, 2 inches will be perfect. So that piece is going to go across there. So what I'm going to do is grab my little trimmer here and I'm going to trim this card. It's a shame to lose the back of that, but I can get more of these. So, and I'll keep this piece here for another project. So that piece is going to go on there just like so. And I just want to pop my lid on my glue. And then I just thought I'd probably put that piece on there because I don't want it. I want it to be not all in line. I sort of want a little bit of a brick type effect. And then I'm going to pop on here. Whoops, let me just. Because I've got a black and white one there, I thought I'd do black with white just on there. And then I have this floral piece, which is this little one here, which again, I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. The beauty of this is these cards are all 4x6, so they will work in a grid-like fashion quite well. And that one's going to go there like that. So once you're happy with something like that, then you can glue it all down. Now I'm going to start once I'm happy, I'm going to start from the middle and work out. I'm going to start from this row here and glue that one down. So I'm just going to use my glue and glue all these flat. I don't like to do too much lumpy and bumpy in my photo albums because I don't want to damage my photos on the opposite page, which with too much going up and down. Then I'm going to glue this one here down. Now, am I going to stick with that one? I don't actually. I have come up with an idea when I was eating dinner. I might leave that one there. I sort of thought I can make this here my journaling card. I might flip that over. I don't have a second photo. I sort of thought I've got some flip flaps here. Now I did pop it here somewhere, and here we go. I got these from our page, our online store, and these are the close to my heart flip flaps. That's for the 4x4. And what I thought I could do is when I get the photo printed, it could go in there and I could do my journaling there, but I don't have another photo to go in there as yet. So I might leave that there, because the other thing I was thinking was popping something there that I can do journaling on, but I think I'd like to have a hidden journaling spot underneath that. So I think that I'll continue with my original idea. Let's pop that one there. Thank you, Deborah. Now I just want to make sure that these are all lined up. And now if I'm going to glue that, do journaling on that, I don't necessarily want to glue that down as yet. So I'm going to leave that one unglued. And I'm going to now start on this one here at the bottom. So make sure we've got this all squared, and I'm going to start with this one here on the corner because it's for one. These are just beautiful cards. As soon as I saw them, I thought, oh, I've got to have those. And I'm going to pop that one about there. I am eyeballing this a little bit because it's in a grid, it's not too hard to go wrong. And then this one next. Actually, I won't do that one next. I'll do this one next. It's easier to do the outside ones and then come back in and do the others. Now, I've just thought of something, the reason why I may not be able to use a flip flap. And once we get to there, I will discuss it with you and see what you think. Let's just pop this on. Oops, that one there I've got on just a little bit crooked. And I think I can't. It's well and truly stuck down now. That's okay. Now I'm just going to turn this around so I can work on the others. But you could grab any of your memories and more cards, from previous packs or whatever, and do a similar sort of layout. And just think of it as like colour blocking. And you can cut these up to make smaller pieces as well. So that one there is actually going to lift up there a bit. And then let's glue this one down. And then this one here can go in the centre. Okay. Okay then, let me just turn this around and let's have a look. So that's the basis of our layout. And then that's where either a flip flap is going to go with journaling or just a photo. So this is where I'm going to have to question to whether I do a flip flap or not. Okay. Yeah, that'll. I mean, it's only just a tiny little bit out. I'm not going to really worry about it. By the time we put things, embellishments and everything on this page, it's not going to be overly noticed. Now, what I have done is this piece here is from, I've got to find where I popped all my cards are over here. What I did is I went through, and these are the bigger ones, the 4x6s. And I went through these. Whoops, there's some more little ones. Let's get rid of those. Went through these and I found one that, there it is. So this one here, it's that on that side, and it's got this beautiful picture here, or drawing. So what I thought I'd do is I just cut that out. So I just did some fussy cutting and cut that out, and I've ended up with this piece here. Now, that I thought would go onto here, which means that if I do a flip flap, where is my flip flap? Here we are, underneath that pile I just made. If I did a flip flap on this, because it will, and I've just realised too, oh no, I haven't glued that down. Silly me. I could put a flip flap on there, but it's going to hide. Can you see how that's hiding that end there? It's whether that is a problem or not, because otherwise I could put my photo onto there and that would just go over my photo that little bit, which I tend to like. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to like that covering it up. But then there's probably really not much journaling I want to pop on here. The only thing is really a date, and I've got that worked out in this particular set of memories and more cards. Of course, you get 4 sheets of stickers. I've already cut them up and I'll show you which one I've taken, but it's got a little one here that says date. So I was planning to write the date on there anyway. And I think these girls are planning to stay in my life for the rest of my life anyway. So I don't think I'll ever sort of like go, what's their names? But anyway, I'm going to think about that one for a little bit. So if I use a flip flap, that would actually, the adhesive comes off and would go underneath there like that. And I can just see another little problem there. It's going to flip over and interfere with this card on this side and this card on that side. I think it's starting to tell me I might not be using a flip flap. I could probably just trim a bit of that adhesive part away anyway. It wouldn't really matter. And then what I would have to do is make a slit into the page protector, and as I'm putting this through, just make sure that that goes through the slit. The other way you can do it is actually adhere this straight down onto the page protector onto the front, and it just means that you're going to see a little bit of adhesive, and from what I've seen, that doesn't show up that much. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a paper backing there, but if you press that down, the glue almost disappears. So that'd be quite interesting. So that's another way. There's 2 ways you can adhere it. The other thing is what I could do with this is if I wanted to have that, I could trim this and pop it onto the photo, but I think that could just look a little bit hoo-hum. It's just not much there, and you're getting it lined up is a big, could be a bit of an issue. So, yeah, not quite sure yet. Of course, these flip-flaps don't have to be used up and down. You could use them sideways if you wanted to use it sideways or that way. So really, it's up to you. So I'm not going to make a decision on whether I'm going to adhere this down as yet until I decide whether I'm going to use a flip-flap or not. So, and that may not happen until I've actually got the photos. So this one here, I'm going to adhere that onto there, and I'm actually going to pop that onto dimensionals. So I've got some dimensionals here, and I'm going to pop maybe a couple of these little leaf elements into there as well. So, but I'm going to pop this down first. So let me just pop some dimensionals onto the back here. Now, because I'm going to be adding the leaves, I'm not going to put dimensionals all the way up the top or close to the edge. I just want to leave room for these to pop in. I'm just going to pop a few on here. So this one here is going to go there. I can pop one there. That might be, just trying to work out where I can always slide another one in there if I feel it needs it. I'm going to pop one there actually, just on that end there, but I'm leaving this area here free, so this section, because that's where I want to pop some of these leaves. And I might just pop another one of these down into here. Now, of course, when you're putting this into your page protector, do be careful these pieces here aren't going to get caught. You could add, if you wanted to, some dimensionals cut up a little bit. I think even the mini ones may or may not fit onto those little bits. So, and I've just realised, actually, I'm going to take these two here off. And I'll tell you why after I get these off. I'm going to actually pop dimensionals back on there, but I've taken the backings off these. I'm going to not take the backings off those ones because that is either going to sit onto my journaling or onto my photo. So I don't want those two to be adhered down for the moment onto the page. So I've put the backing, put them on there, but I'm not removing those backings. And I'm going to pop another one just there. Take that backing off. Okay, so that one there, I want it to sit up a little bit. How far up do I want to go? Probably about there. So just give that a little bit of a pat down. So I've left that sitting so that my photo can slip underneath there, and I can peel the backing off that later on. Place the flip flap on the outer plastic sleeve. No need to slit the sleeve. Yeah, Nicole, you can do it that way. I haven't used them before, so I sort of haven't worked out yet. I do like the idea of putting a slit in it. Just that's me being probably a little bit pedantic. But I think it all depends on the on what you're doing and how it's going to look. So I will work that one out at a little bit of a later date. Now, I do want to slip some of these in here. So I might actually just pop a few more, just lay it in there for the moment just to see how it's going to look. So that one there can go And I've put that dimensional in there, and I can't get that in there completely. Okay. As I said, do as I say, not as I do. I'm actually going to pull that apart. And I'm going to slip one of those in there, and then this one here can go over the top of it a bit, because I do want that to go. So I might glue that one down now. And again, I'm only just going to put glue on the end. I'm sorry if this is going a little bit longer than planned. I don't even know what time it is, 8:20, so we've been here for an hour already. Sorry about that. I was hoping to get this quick, but it's not seeming to work out that way. That's what happens when I start talking and working at the same time. Okay, so that one there can sit into there. So it's just sitting up a little bit so I can slip photos in there. So then what I've also got here, I have got a banner piece that I've cut using the stylish shapes. And I have got one of the stickers. So that's going to go there. And then the sticker, I think, over the top. But I also wanted to pop a couple of these in there as well. So let's just have a look. So what I'm trying to create here is I'm trying to create at least 3 focal points. So that one there I thought could go in there. I don't want it to go straight up. And I'm thinking I might add, okay, I might do that now. I'm going to grab my embossing buddy, and I'm going to remove some of the stickiness from the back of this by popping the embossing buddy, tapping it over the top, just to remove that, because I will sit this up with dimensionals. Just put quite a bit on there because I don't really want it to stick down at all. That's pretty good. Okay. So this piece is going to go probably about there, with that over the top. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals, put one there, one there, and one over here, just to form a little bit of a triangle. And then that can be there like that. And I'm going to stick that into there. So this piece here is just going to go right into there, and I've probably got a little bit too much glue on that. That's okay. I'll hit that with the embossing buddy again in a moment too. Let's just move that out of the road. And we're going to pop a little bit of adhesive on the back here, because I don't want to put dimensionals on the back of this piece, because I don't want to lift it up too high. I'm keeping these little elements here quite simple. As I said before, I don't want to add too much, because I'm trying just to really use what we've got in this Memories and More kit. Okay, so just keeping everything very, very simple. Now, the one thing I haven't done yet and I need to do is I was trying to find a third embellishment, and I thought maybe this. So I thought what I'll do is I'm going to cut this out. This means I'm going to lose that, which is quite pretty, but I'm wondering how that would go again up there. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be too much or not. So let's cut it out and see how we go. So let me just move this out of the road. Pop the lid on my glue. I have found a new home for my mini cut and emboss. I'm not leaning right over the other side of the room to grab it. It's all now close at hand, which is really great. I'm always looking for new ways of storing things. So I'm going to pop this circle here fits it almost perfectly. I'm hoping it would leave a little bit of a white edge. Unfortunately, the other circles we've got were a little bit too big. So fingers crossed this one's going to look okay. Hoping I've got a little bit of a blue border, but we'll see. Oh, just a little one, which is okay. So let me just, can't find that for the moment. I'll pop that up there so we don't lose it. So let's have a look. Let's bring this back in and have a look and see how we're going. Oops, that's got to go in there. Now, this one up here, see, it's just too, I'm just worried about the floral on that. Whether I grab another, got my little box of die cut pieces here. That's a smaller one. I don't know whether I've got another big one. Let me have a quick look. Got two smaller ones. We can always use that. Okay. So whether I do something like that, but I just don't know if it's too close to this, or bring it over more to that side. Let's add some green and see how. So that's, I don't know. Okay, ladies, I need your opinions, your ideas, because I think any of these stickers are just going to be too much. Let me just cut this. I've got a little bit of a mount the tulip circle on a black circle. Well, yes, I could do that. Don't know whether I've got a black one pre-cut. I've got lots of other colours. Let's just, no, I don't think they're going to work. That idea is not going to happen. Let me see if I've got some black cardstock here handy. I don't think I have, unfortunately. It's just a little bit. Actually, I have some black here. Here we go. Let's play. Now, spotlight on nature. Let's just have a look and see if this will fit. That was too big. That was no good. It's too big. I have to count through these and make sure I haven't lost one. Okay, they're all going to be way too big. Oops. They're either too big or too small. Yeah, it doesn't need to be too much bigger, does it? Just that little bit more. What have I got here? That's not the ones I want. They're sitting right on top. I'm having a boy look. Okay. So that's the one we used. Yeah, so that's also a lot bigger. It's probably, I'll cut one out, but I just don't know whether I like that. The other thing would be to cut something out of that one. Let's have a look. Oops, well, it doesn't want to bite into that. Hold on one sec. Need to take that down a bit. Oops. Sometimes these, just that little bit. Take that out. It's just not real happy with me. That's better. Cut that one. Also going to cut one of these. So again, that's going to go there. What I might do is I'm going to pop a little bit of seal on the back of this. Get rid of some of that stickiness. Just rubbing that on my clothes a little bit, just so then I can, it's just tacky, so I can just hold that into place. Probably tend to like that rather than the big. What do you think? I'm sort of liking that a little bit better than having the solid circle behind it, because the circle is so much, like it's so much bigger. I really want that a little bit finer than that. To me, it's just too. Hello, Joan. How are you? A little bit too chunky because I don't have a lot of black here. Really, I don't have a lot of black here. Just want just a little bit. I just think that's going to be too heavy. Maybe even, you could even have that going out that direction, because this one here goes this direction. That one goes that direction. And just have that there with just that tiny little bit. I think that's, to me, that's a little bit better. A bit more there. The other thing I do have, which is what I cut earlier, but I've only got a couple of these, is I think that just that's getting lost. I think I like this with just a little bit on there. And that can even go across there a little bit. Okay, what did I say? That has to come out that side. Okay, I think I'm going to do it that way. Grab my dimensionals again. And I'm just going to pop one there. And I'm going to have that going similar to that. Have that going across there. A little bit of glue on here. Okay, so I've created that, and then this can be can even go more that way. Just want to create a little bit of a visual triangle with these. Then if we wanted to, could pop that one in there too, so that would look quite good. Just to add a little bit more. Of course, you could add some gold into this if you wanted to. Die cut some gold leaves, but I have going to add some gold in a different way. Actually, I've got another thing we could add to this, and the stickers with it rather than. So as I said, I don't like lumpy bumpy. This particular, I don't know, was it this? No, this one. These came with the yellow flowers out of the mini catalogue. These are little bees, and I sort of also thought we could even add a couple of those, but they could actually damage photos, so I might leave those off. But what there is some little, could add some little ladybugs, lady beetles on this. Don't know. I think I might have to wait and see what it looks like with the photos I'm going to pop in here before I do too much more. I want to just turn that around a little bit. Got a couple more of these we could add. Add another one in there just to give it sort of similar sort of sizing to that one. Sort of a little bit. And could even add no, I don't think I need to add another one to that because there's quite a bit in that. So that may be, I'm still wondering whether to add these or not. I'm trying to find where I've placed my tweezers, somewhere safe, I'm sure. My desk is a usual mess everywhere. I know what else I wanted to add. Before I go any further, before I forget, I want to add a little butterfly, a little bow. Got my bow maker here. I'm going to do a double one. Whoops. Pop that down into there. Just tie that up with another knot. So there's my little bow. And Get rid of those little ends. Now, as I said, there's got some real little cute little I think we might add these. I think they're going to look cute on here. Just add a couple of these around the place. So we could add, how many have I got? I've got a few, I think. So we've got one there. Oh, where can we put this one? Don't want to put them too close together. Got one there. No, it's a flower. There was a little ladybug on there. That wasn't. It's a little flower. Might just add one up there. And there's another little one that's flying. Just add those on there like that. Okay, I think for the moment that is that done until I get my photo in there. Of course, could add, you've got lots of these little strips here. I've got a date piece which I need to add, probably add that in my journaling if I'm going to add it, so I'm not going to use that, take it off there. You could add more on there if you wanted to, but I'm actually going to leave that at that. I actually quite like, because I want my photo to be the the focal point. So just wanted to show how you can use your Memories and More card to make a traditional style scrapbook page. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm sorry today has gone a little bit longer than planned. So, but I just wanted to have a bit of a play with and chat with you guys. I hope that you'll get to have a look at the new catalogues. If you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalogue for yourselves, please just let me know. If you're here in Australia, I can get one out to you. But yeah, have a look. Purchase these if you wish through me on my site. You can find my online store at michellejutrissa.stampingup.net. Even on Butterflies and Bows, that you'll find a link to my online store if you're interested in purchasing anything. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, I hope you are having a lot of fun with the new catalogues released this morning, so you can order from them as of now. And lots of beautiful, really beautiful products that you can play with. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you can join me on Friday at 1 o'clock, and we might make a card or two since we've been playing with scrapbook pages of late. So take care and thank you, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.